By what had to have been a server error, we actually got a Flashpoint game. We roll out with a Winston, Cass, Weaver, Mercy, and myself on Sojourn. This means we're absolutely lethal at mid to close range, and we have escape options. Enemy team has Demon, Cass, Xion, Zen, and Ana, which means we're about to lose. Bad. That said, one thing we're not gonna do is throw, so we give it a go. I immediately engage the worst possible target and die. My doctor gets shot right after that though, so at least we can keep each other company on the long walk back to the blender. I decide to swap over to Reaper because I'm 100% sober and not at a hard 8 mentally. Tank swaps over to Ram, and by some stroke of fate, we push as a team. Xion blows up a bike because she's got disposable income. Cowboy gives our emo man exactly what he wants but won't ever say. Our cowboy eats their cowboy, and I head to point for the back cap. Demon asks for a skin sample, and I tell her I'll think about it, which is a lie. I'm not going to give her a skin sample, voluntarily at least. Cass kills the Keurig gone wild, and Ram takes his rage out on a half-blind grandma trying to cross the street. We cap the point and demech Gundam Girl. Ram keeps on walking though, and I start to get a little uncomfortable. He gets discorded and finally slows down. We head back to point as though we're actually sane people, which is also a lie. We're not very sane, it just looks like that sometimes. We all form up behind cover except for Ram, who apparently doesn't need that stuff. I take a wide angle to split up some of that damage he's about to take to the face. I get there just in time to watch him explode as the enemy team presses their advantage. Since we're down one, I'm thinking I might be able to set up somewhere they aren't expecting me. It's an effective way to hold our ground and keep the fights one-on-one despite their numbers advantage, in theory. Emo Man gets sent to the spirit world as a literal dominatrix hops on point. I try to contain my desires as Xion outs me to her team. I panic and fade for no reason at all, revealing my location and ultimately getting myself and my doctor killed. We're off to a great start. But then we get this weird idea that we should try fighting as a team instead of perma-staggering the entire match. It's a very strange idea, but it just might work. So we do the unthinkable and regroup. I get a swift and damaging reminder that my hero choice might be trash into this comp. Cowboy says I'm on the right track as he murders me and my DPS partner before we can even contest a point. After another series of oh so unfortunate events, we roll out on the same heroes because nothing needs to change at all. Emo Man swaps to Water Boy, Cruella gets rabies, and our Ram dies just in time to start a conveyor belt of 1v5s for the enemy team. I have an aneurysm and take the most obvious angle possible to point. Domina says I'm a bad boy and I deserve a spanking. I get so excited that I shoot the wall and take a nap when she touches me. Did I mention how well this is going? They team wipe us again, and that's when I get weird. In Overwatch, victory ultimately goes to whoever has the better mental. If you played this game long enough, you've seen the unthinkable happen in just about every form possible. It humbles you, it challenges you, and I'm not one to give up. That alone has won me tons of games, and if I'm honest, it's what keeps me coming back to this masterpiece / torture simulator. Cowboy pops a dead eye and I'm nowhere to be found. I'm on the hunt for data. I want positions and a chance to do something other than die. I avenge our cowboy by hacking Granny's pacemaker. I then post Shion's number at every glory hole in New Junk City, and she overheats as I make my way over to Cowboy and pee in his hat. My dom sees me, and I leave before I start getting too excited. I take a sample of her hair, and the smell and texture intoxicate me into slumber. I should have waited until I was home, but we live and learn. Our cowboy goes on a tear in my wake, destroying the sentient Keurig and my Dami mommy. Waterboy pushes Shion in the pool, and I make my way out of spawn slightly buzzing from the glorious scent of my Dami mommy's hair sample. We hold the high ground as we set up for defense. I get the insatiable urge to troll, so I hack the Keurig and laugh to myself from the shadows. Our cowboy gets stuffed, and I fail to get hack going and back off. I send Grandma nudes on Facebook, and Waterboy gives me a chance to turn the fight. Granny has a heart attack at what she sees, and Shion finds out what I did with her number. Enemy team caps point, and I'm left looking like lunch. I hit them all with the jukes and escape with my life. While they've scored another point, they've also awoken the beast. You see, I'm naturally a supporter. I like to help people and build them up. That said, I'm also a protector. As both a supporter and a protector, part of the job is being the exact opposite to your threats. A monster. It's always a treat when I can let it out. I get to work on the health packs in the area since it'll expand my engagement options. Granny hits me with a sleep dart and whispers obscenities in my ear. The visceral imagery of her language knocks me unconscious. Sometime later, I wake up with no memory of the incident, just a strange, sullied, and unusual vibration every time I see her. I should have never sent those nudes. I took it too far. In other news, our tank smashes the Keurig, who smashed our Ilari, who smashed their cowboy. Myself and our cowboy make a play for point. I get that familiar tingle in my loins and courageously hack the enemy team. I run towards Grandma, throw a virus at the wall, somehow hit Domina, and pass out from the sheer absurdity of it all. Cowboy tells Granny I've got more messages for her, and I get credit for the kill, presumably from the mental trauma therein said messages. Their cowboy eats our cowboy and a nearby pylon because he has pica. Our cowboy sets up for Deadeye, and I scout from the skies, spotting Keurig and enemy cowboys' positions. I hack a health pack and take an angle on the enemy team. We brick Shion before she can ult and steal point right before their Keurig starts shooting coffee everywhere. The tides shift into our favor for the first time this match, and it feels good, man. I mean, I get third-degree burns, but our JQ licks them until I'm all healed up. Domina deletes her OnlyFans and taps in my toxic ex. Our JQ tells Granny to check her inbox again, and we make our way over to the next point. JQ opens the fight with a nice pick as I hack a health pack. I try to whisper in Granny's ear, but the Keurig throws a latte at me. Our cowboy repays the favor and doesn't even tip afterwards. He also scores a kill on his twin as I hack my Nanoed X to ruin her life like she did mine. Granny gets one of those Google reminder photo collections, and all of them are my nudes. JQ runs it down and I eat a whole clip because I also have pica. We cap point and set up for defense to swing the momentum even more in our direction. We have 3 massive ults in the pocket, so we're in a good position to hold this point as long as we like. My ex lands a massive ult, and we back up a bit. JQ pops ult 2 though, as well as Ilari, and we take full advantage of the chaos. I use stellar aim to convince Xion to just jump off the cliff, and we serve up a smooth team wipe. Things have improved considerably for us because we were willing to swap to fill the gaps in our attack plan. Our tank is as aggressive as they come, so I troll with Sombra to give them the space they need to get into position. Our Alari is providing consistent heals near the point, which allows our Moira to do more DPS without throwing, and our ults work reasonably well together too. I set up shop in the hallway so I can ruin their push with distraction. They fall for it, and I get up out of there. Only 1 point remains now as we close in on the final fights. I hack a health pack that I'll likely never use as we cap the point. Our cowboy kills a supermodel holding a semi-automatic for a photo shoot, but he feels no guilt about it. I throw a virus at the wall and tell Cowboy to shoot me until I fall asleep. He's a gentleman about it, and I pretend I'm gonna make better choices when I spawn. JQ avenges me, and I spot Granny not looking at her phone like I told her to. This bothers me and Cass as I leave spawn. I prepare a special new collection of horrible imagery and set up for a mass text to the enemy team. I hit the signature EMP and we drag their entire team into the void, kicking and screaming. JQ airdrops my latest nudes to Granny and Cowboy. We score a well-timed team kill and I head over to that health pack again because it's there. Time is not on their side, so we get aggressive to mess up their plans. I hit the wall with a sick virus and hack the model's Fitbit. With laughable aim, I force his lamp and ruin his entrance. I use a late and purposeless hack on Cowboy as JQ cleans up the kill. Sigpig tries to ult and we jump him afterwards. Alari reminds Granny to check her inbox, and despite how certain victory may have seemed for our enemies, we addressed our weaknesses and came out on top. This is just one of the many things that keep me coming back to this masterpiece. Don't give up. Try something new. You never know what you'll find until you try it out. So good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next week.